1, 2, 3. Welcome to the Mountaineer podcast, where we recognize present athletes and honor our rich tradition of Madison County athletics. We'd also like to thank the Mountaineer Cafe for our sponsor. We're also looking for future sponsors to keep us going for the football season. We're looking for some money to raise to buy our own audio equipment. This is borrowed equipment, so we'll have our own stuff to do podcasts and to do sporting games. But yeah, like, share us on social media. Let's get the word out so we get many people as we can to watch this. Also, thanks to Chuck Jackson with the Piedmont
Journal. Recorder.
Too many words for us. So just make it Piedmont Journal. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today. In case you don't already know, this is a really special podcast for me personally, because I was a part of it, a small part of it. But we have our players here. We're missing some players. We really wish they could be here too. But we have our players from 2017, 18, 19, and the short COVID 2020 season of one game, right? One scrimmage. Yeah. So we'll first start off with the introductions. Coach Yao. Coach Jesse Yao coached for Madison for 9 years, 9 district championships, 2 region, 1 conference championship, 2 state runner-ups, 2 state semis, and 1 state championship. And we're going to talk about that tonight. Jesse, thank you for coming out. Really appreciate it. What have you been doing?
Working, that's about it.
You see any Pepsi around Madison County, you know it come from Jesse Yao.
Yeah.
But Jesse's still at Pepsi. Let's go down the line here. And please, now, some of you got married since the time, so you got to tell me what your name is now. Tell me what you're doing, and I know some of y'all got kids too. I mean, kids' names mean the whole 9 yards. Start off first with our pitcher. Emily Seal pitched at 2017, 18, 19. It would have been the pitcher in 2020.
You want the whole 9 yards?
I want the whole 9 yards. Speak up.
So I have a son now, and his name is Beckham. My name's Emily Seal, by the way. And he's a year old. What else do you want to know?
I mean, what else? What are you doing now?
I'm a teacher. I'm a 5th grade teacher at elementary in Madison. I teach all subjects. I've been teaching for 2 years now.
How you like it? Come back to Madison?
Oh, I love it.
Mhm.
I mean, I know everyone.
Really? You do?
I can't go in the grocery store without knowing someone.
And then also, Emily also pitched in college. Tell us about your college career after you left Madison.
It was good. I played at Virginia Wesleyan University for 3 years, and I pitched there. And it was good. It was fun. I loved it.
You also were a national champion.
Yes.
Tell me about it. You gotta listen up, man. Come on.
I was the national champion my freshman year, and a 3rd team All-American on the national championship team, and then went on and we were runner-up. I believe, was it runner-up 2nd year, or made it to regions the 2nd year. But we were a really young team, and my freshman year we were a really old team, so we had a lot of seniors on that team.
You got to pitch in that series too, didn't you?
Yes.
So you just want something that you actually pitched, right?
Yes.
Let everybody know that.
I hope so. 13 All-American.
Well, that's a great accomplishment. And also, so next up we have Hannah Johnson. Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah Johnson. I graduated from Madison and worked a little bit in Orange, worked around a little bit in Madison. Then I started subbing at Madison a couple years ago, and that's kind of transitioned into working as an instruction assistant at the elementary school. So that's where I'm at now, and I'm going to go to school to become a teacher. As far as life, just been kind of chilling, God's plan and everything.
That's awesome. You know, Hannah has so many different stories of all these kids here. Not kids anymore, young ladies, I'm sorry. That Hannah's story is really unique because her freshman year she played All-State.
Mm-hmm.
Then knee out.
So played sophomore year, I'll say, and then junior year blew my knee.
Junior year. And then she was coming back for her senior year, and then COVID came along. And we'll talk about that later. But yeah, she has a very unique story to tell, and I'm glad you're here. Up next is Sophie Adams. Go ahead.
Hello everyone, my name is Sophie Adams. Is that by the camera?
Yes.
Where's Charlotte?
Look at Chuck.
I graduated in 2020. I went to college online through Liberty, and I'm still here locally in Madison working at Ace Collision. I will get married July 25th to someone from Greene County. Yep. But that's about it.
So you're saying that if somebody gets the fender bender or deer hits their car, come see Sophie at Ace Collision, correct?
Good Ace.
I've actually done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have too. So yeah, okay. And Sophie, and up next we have Emily Price. Go ahead. I know you don't like to talk, but you got to speak up.
Hi, I'm Emily Price. I graduated in 2019 and then went to community college and got my degree in radiology. I work at a local hospital. I'm an X-ray and CT tech. I'm still in Madison doing my thing.
Any future plans?
I hope to get married one day. That's about it right now.
And has a big sister, Kara Price, who was a leader on, a senior leader on with Carrington for the 2017 season. Go ahead, Kara.
Yeah, I'm Kara Price, now Kara Wise. I got married in 2022. Yes, 2022. I graduated high school in 2017. I was a senior on the state championship team, and I went to JMU for a year and a half, and then transferred to Eastern Mennonite and got my nursing degree. I'm a nurse in the PACU. I've been there for like 5 years now. I have 2 kids, a 2.5-year-old and a 5-month-old girl. They're both girls, Isla and Elsie, and that's about it.
That's pretty good. And up on the MGM we have Miss Abby Tanner.
Yes, so I was Abby Tanner, now I'm Abby Glaze. I was on the 2019 and 2020 teams, graduated in 2020, and I work at the middle school as a special education teacher.
I had the privilege of driving the getaway car for Abby's wedding this summer.
Yes,
It was a
yes,
great
you did.
honor. Great honor. Great honor. Well, thank you for asking me for doing that. So we're going to talk a little bit about all these years, and first up, we're going to talk about the 2017 season. Girls, when I say stuff, everybody speak up, because you gotta talk. So what I want to talk about is going into that season. What were your expectations going into that season for softball for Madison? The year before, Jesse, what was the year before that?
I don't even remember. Have we finished?
Yeah.
We made it to the state. I think the second runner-up in states the year before.
Okay.
I think.
So, girls, speak up. Kara, you're a senior. What was your expectations going into that season?
Well, we knew we were good.
Yeah.
We needed to win states. We had 4 goals, Jerry.
Go ahead, tell them.
What were our goals?
Y'all, go ahead. Somebody's got to say this. I can't.
We had to beat Green.
Yes.
We had to win districts,
Yes.
win regionals, win states.
Exactly.
We got all 4 of them.
That's exactly right. Something else to add too. We never, in those 3 years we played, we never lost to Green, we never lost to Orange County. All right? Yeah. So yeah, that's a big accomplishment in that. Just in that. So anything about the preseason going into that season, guys? Coach Yao was worked you hard, and
Not me.
Yeah, he worked you hard, but I will say this: me coming in new, we had such a great bunch of kids. I mean, they had such good attitudes. They worked hard, but we had fun. We laughed at every practice and every game that year. I mean, we had so much fun. And of course, when you win in every game, it's like that. Is anything during the season you guys remember you want to talk about?
I will say that every practice didn't feel like a practice. It felt fun. I came into the season as a ninth grader. I didn't really have any expectations. It was just school ball, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't think that we would go on to win states. I was certainly happy when we did, but that was not an expectation. It was just school ball, was coming to have fun with my friends, and that's what we did. And we just so happened to win. I think what kind of helped us along with that journey is we had a lot of good camaraderie as a team off the field. So when we came to those practices, yeah, we played around, but we were also working to get better. So
Also, we were very familiar with each other. Like, we played travel ball with each other our whole life.
That's another thing I was going to bring up too, which was really cool. Most of the girls were from two travel ball teams, from the Mystics and from the Blue Ridge Heat. And you guys played against each other in the tournaments and everything, but when you came to school ball, everybody came together. I didn't see no animosity at all between the players because they played on different travel teams, which is a really cool thing to watch. I mean, you think so? You never lost for words. I mean,
I am right now. No, I was kind of having the same thought as Hannah. Like, going in as a freshman, I never had like any idea like, oh, we're gonna win states or we're gonna go 26-1. Like, I was just excited to play softball with my friends and, you know, be part of a great team. And some of the best memories all throughout all 4 years that got cut short playing softball at Madison.
I have one story, Hannah, you're part of this. So I remember Jesse would get there and I would have to warm the kids up before he got there. Jesse, I don't know if you remember this. And Hannah's cousin was Carrington, was a senior.
oh gosh.
And Carrington didn't say a whole lot. Hannah liked to talk, but Carrington was really quiet. But she led by example. She worked hard. We were out there stretching in the grass one day. Y'all remember this?
Yes, I do.
We were out there stretching. Well, I wasn't stretching, they were. And next thing you know, Hannah and Carrington got into it. Some 4-letter words were said back and forth. And I just kind of stood there. And Carol looks up at me and she goes, Jerry, are you going to say anything? You remember what I said? And I said, oh, it's about to get real up in here. I can't repeat what I said.
You knew better. You knew better than in between that.
I didn't. I put it right in the middle of that. And then, you know, everybody busted out laughing, and that was the end of it.
Yeah.
But it was, I'll never forget that. That was funny as crap. But, and then we had these goals that year, and going through the season, it just seems like we never were out of a game. A lot of games we won by a lot of runs, but even when we were down, we never lost the feeling that we just had confidence and we knew we were going to win every game. Anything you want to talk about that, Jesse?
Well, I mean, out of that season, I mean, everybody worked super hard, and we did. We had practices that were laid out. This is what the game plan was. This is what we want to do. I think all the girls bought into it. Like, they wanted to win. It was like, you know, I always had this saying, the day you quit wanting to be number one is the day you become number two. And that was one thing that, you know, I believed in and the girls believed in that. So you had to work hard to achieve that goal. I mean, yeah, we were, you know, level 2 school. We had barely over 500 kids, but we had to play up. So we were in a higher district. You know, we were D1 or something, though, you know, the class 1. We probably won the state championship for a lot of years and stuff, but because we had it, you know, we were 500, play up to 999. So everybody knew we had to work super hard. That one year, you know, we lost to Clark. that one game.
Yeah.
Which I hate losing to Clark. I mean, I don't know what it is about Clark. I wanted to beat Clark every time I played him. But, you know, we lost that one game, and it was kind of like a wake up to everybody.
Yeah.
And everybody started working harder. Like, we were working hard anyway, but to get to be a state championship, to win that season, and, you know, when we went to, was it
Nottaway.
and we went 12 innings, 0-0 in 12 innings. And we had some great defensive plays. I mean, they could have won the game. We just, you know, it takes a little bit of luck too. You got to be good, but it takes a little bit of luck to win at that level. So, you know, we made some great plays. You know, Carrington was on third. Carrot hit the foul fly ball.
Yeah, and
And
that
the girl caught the ball. We scored and got them up one. And then the next time the girl just dropped her routine fly ball. We got in. So we scored 2 runs. You know, in that inning. You know, that was the top of the 12th. And then, you know, we come back home the next weekend and played Goochland at home the next 2 days later or whatever it was. Same thing, 12 innings. You know, we went 12 innings again. And it happened to come back. We were down 1-0. Come back.
Emily Seal hit a walk-off.
Knock off home run, you know, to win that game. And then, you know, we went to the States. And, you know, they just took it to the States. You know, so semi-championship was the toughest game. I think we won like 4-2 through the state tournament and stuff like that.
Regionals was harder than states.
Yeah, regional was definitely harder than states that year, but it just took the dedication and all the years that all these girls played together to want to win. And I know 2020 got cut short, but the determination that the girls had on that 2020 team, like they were going to win. They didn't care. We're winning. We lost last year 1-0. We're going to win. So it's unfortunate that we got cut short. You know, in 2020, we had a great team. Almost all players were back and stuff like that. So you know, it was unfortunate we got cut short. We had great years. Our last 3 years, if our calculations, Jerry and our calculations are right, we were like 70-5. We won 70 games and lost 5.
I can remember each game we lost.
So, you know, to have those numbers is pretty incredible. You know, to be able to go through school, and we played tough teams. Like when we were playing non-district, we wanted to play the toughest teams we could. Turner, Ashby, we played any of the big teams, but they weren't going to make us better. It's no use to try to win somebody that we know we can beat, and we wanted to get better every game.
That Clark County game, one of the things I can remember, we were all sitting there in the outfield grass, and they start playing Who Let the Dogs Out. And they were woofing over there, and I'm like, y'all remember that?
Yes.
I was so
You were very
mad. And I was like, you listen to that. And don't you forget that. Listen to them over there singing Who Let the Dogs Out. Because we're going to play them again, and we do. We're going to beat them. And we crushed them next time we play them. And I know, and I remember also talking to the kids during the season and telling them about winning the state championship in Madison is something, one thing nobody can ever take it away from, but two, what a big follow Madison fans are for teams. And it was, I mean, I told them, I said, it will be something you'll never forget for the rest of your life. And I don't think they actually believed us until it actually happened. But coming back up 29 and seeing all, I mean, going through Charlottesville, because we came our way back from, what was it, Radford?
Yeah.
Came our way back from Radford, and people on the side of the road waving at us on 29. And we got to the county line, there's fire trucks, EMS, police, everybody was there, and they had the whole roads blocked, and we were coming through there, and it was like a scene out of a movie. It really was. And people on the side of the road waving and stuff. And I saw a video on my phone of us pulling it. And when we got to the school, it was like, I still get chills thinking about it. It was people everywhere. There was not an open spot for a car nowhere. It was packed. And I can remember coming off the bus and said, "We're going to Disney World." I'm saying, but that was crazy to think back at it, and nobody's won a state since you guys haven't since 2017. Hopefully, we'll do it this year or soon. But it was some crazy times. Anything else y'all think about that? I remember something else too. I remember going to the state games, and we all had the straw hats on. Do you remember that?
Still have both mine.
Yeah.
Still have straw hats on. And then I went to the dump one day. Well, a friend of mine went to the dump one day, and he found a Stone Cold Steve Austin cut out. You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
We had him up in the bus, and all you could see was his bald head in there. And people like driving by, and like, Stone Cold standing looking at him, and that was fun. And I remember playing his theme song because y'all had a big boom box, and the other team was warming up, and we came off that bus, and the glass breaking sound of Stone Cold theme come up, and people stopped and turned and watched us. We were just blown out there. It was crazy. It was crazy. I have a personal story on that. I remember, Jesse asked me to help coach that year, and it was, I remember my parents were both alive at the same time. I remember told them, and they were really happy because they were always big supporters of Madison softball. And about maybe a week before the season started, actually it'll be 9 years tomorrow, my dad passed away. And it was, me personally, it really helped me get through that. You see you guys every day and having fun, and it really helped me with that. And trying to get too upset here, but I remember we were getting ready to get on the bus, and I told Ho, stop, to come home. And I took a Gatorade bottle. I went out there on the field, and I took it filled up with the infield mix at home plate. And I remember I came back and took it home and put it on Dad's grave. And that's something I'll never forget. And it was, thank y'all for, remember us going to the championship game that day? I mean, we had kids who were so pumped for that game. They were crying on the bus. They were so pumped. And we just were not going to do about them games. So that year we win, and then next year we come out, and back to what Jesse said, we tried to schedule the best teams we could possibly play on there, and that goes for scrimmages too. So I set up a scrimmage with Woodgrove, which is a 4A school in Loudon. Woodgrove at the time had won several state championships in a row and hadn't lost a game in several years. And we go up there, and it was
Cold.
It was snowing.
Yeah.
It wasn't just awful, Jerry. We were all like, Jerry, what did you get us into?
They complained the whole time.
Yeah, it was freezing. It was so
They
fun.
complained the whole time. Poor Morgan got hit by a pitch.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was gonna break her in half. That girl, that pitcher, she was nuts. I don't care if you've seen her.
And she
She
purposely.
got big. I mean, she came back, and I mean, Morgan. I've never seen Morgan that mad. She was so mad, she was crying. And she had the scene where the ball was on her arm or leg.
Yeah,
I can't remember. And but I think did Emily get a home run that game?
Yeah.
Emily hit a home run that game, and Hannah did. You know.
I don't know.
I couldn't feel either one of my hands.
Sounds familiar.
And we beat them, and they were pretty upset. And we were coming off. I mean, that word got around the state that, hey, Madison went up and beat Woodgrove, which they were a powerhouse. And I remember.
I think though that you scheduled that thinking we were gonna lose.
We got there like, anyway.
That mentality of what did Jerry get us into?
We were
went up there and then it started snowing and then we were really mad at you.
Oh, yeah, I heard
They
that.
tried to
And it's
set
on that hill with that
fire.
wind, the wind was just bad.
And they were, couldn't wait to get back on the bus. I was so pumped. I said, I can't believe we just beat Woodgrove. And I remember that year, Drew, you remember this, he was back there. Drew helped us to Green's back there. He's not on camera, but Max Preps had a poll for the top softball teams in the state of Virginia, all the way to 6, 8, 1 A. And we were number 2 or number 1.
Yeah, I think it was two.
Number 2 in the whole. Was James Madison? Somebody else in Northern Virginia.
Yeah. It was one of the big schools.
Yeah, we were number 2 in the state of Virginia. That was for all classifications. And I mean, we were loaded, man. I ain't gonna lie. We ended up being 2 all-state pitchers on the same team. Both of y'all throwing over 60. And we had kids that were like 3rd and 4th string pitchers that would have started for any other team in the district.
Jerry, the 2017 team also had like 5 people batting over 500.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember playing poor George Mason.
We were literally just talking about
We played in their face, I'm not gonna lie.
Poor George Mason, man. They were, I think his score ended up being like 38-0.
No, I was
tried not
telling
to.
Hannah,
Like soccer shoes.
yeah, the soccer, the ones who couldn't make the soccer team. But do you remember playing at home? Me and Hannah were just talking about this over there. We were beating them pretty bad,
Yeah.
and you said only take 1 base.
Right.
And bases are loaded, and
They
I
got
get
mad.
up and I hit a grand slam. And then like the bases, they get back on. Hannah gets up, she hits a grand slam, and there goes 8 runs to like the 20 runs we already had.
And then we
I was
got,
gonna say, wasn't that the 5 rule? We had to play a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know, but,
5 inning or it was a run.
They should have disbanded the
It was
team.
a 5.
and I know that we were like making kids leave the bases early and stuff to get outs, and their coach got mad. So, you know, it's what it is.
Don't want to run it over so bad.
Right.
But tried to, it just happened.
So 2018, we go through the run through the district again. I believe we lost to Page in the regional final. We beat them in the regular season twice. Yeah, so we were talking about that earlier. So we had to go over there, which is
Never good.
weather delay or something. We had to play 2 games that day. Page only played 1
Right.
because our game the night before got rained out. And the second game, it was hot. And they beat us. And then next week, we go to King William and lost down there.
They first round mistake.
That was a eye opener for these girls, I think. And the next year we came back and we were really determined to get back there again. And we came back and won the table again until we got to see, I guess, Richmond's. We went to the States again. Had beat, I think it was Lebanon, I can't remember who it was, in the state semis and lost to Richlands. Richlands actually had beat Page before us, and they beat us in the finals. They had lost to Page and Madison the last 2 years in the state finals, which was kind of a big win for them. But we get to 2020, and we were, how many of you guys was it? How many senior we had? We were all,
The whole team, basically. The whole team.
It was like
There was like
9 or
80.
10.
so all those freshmen that won the state in 2017 were seniors going into that
Like
year.
8 or 9.
And that was going to be our year to when we go to Warren County and do the scrimmage. Michaela Arrington hit a home run that day. Remember that?
I do.
And she hadn't played softball, I think, a couple of years before that. And she had a home run. And then we came back home and played against Spotswood. And beat them, I think, I'm pretty sure it was 8-4.
On the new field.
On the new field. So that's something else I'm going to talk about. So, we were really fortunate to have a lot of good sponsors. We had a lot of fundraisers to buy these girls rings for when they won the states. And that new field at Hoover Ridge would never happen if it hadn't been for these girls winning the state in 2017. No ifs, ands, buts about it. That's what the reason why they were set new fields there. And the money that they raised, that's a lot of leftover money. They bought the benches and the dugouts, all the lockers in the locker room down there came from you guys. The money y'all, the softball boosters raised. It was just an amazing thing. And then we do all that, and we get to play 1 game there. That was kind of bittersweet, but hopefully it lays the foundation for future years to come. The Madison softball that you guys laid that. Anything you want to add about that? Talk about the COVID year?
Disappointing, to say the least.
Yeah,
I think we were all in disbelief. Like,
it was.
it took a while for us to really be like, oh my goodness, the season's over.
It was hard because we just knew, okay, it's delayed a couple of weeks. We'll come back.
Yeah.
We'll come back. And then this finally canceled. It was a gut punch. You know, and I really feel bad for you guys because y'all deserve so much more than to be handed that your senior year. And it's really, I still have a hard time.
I remember sneaking out there because we weren't allowed out there because of COVID to take our senior pictures together.
Yeah.
Abby, anything you remember that? You didn't say nothing yet. And you're the
Taking
daughter of Jamie Tanner. And Jamie Tanner is never at a loss for words. So I know you've got to say something.
I'll just say that, I played, 2 other sports. I played every season, and there was just something so special about the chemistry of this team. I mean, we just had a ball. We were laughing every single day. Played with my best friends ever. It was a very just fun time. We were very heartbroken when it ended.
Yeah.
You really took it off a couple of years though, you didn't?
I played my junior and senior year.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like what also made it very difficult to accept was that a lot of us were very confident in the fact that, we're going to win states this year.
Yep.
A lot of us, again, had come up and been on that freshman team, and then now we're seniors. This is our last year. We're going to go out with a bang. We might not have made it. Me personally, I didn't play my junior year, but my sophomore year, we might not have gone that far. We got really close my junior year, and then we were confident we're going to win this year, and then it just got ripped away. It was disappointing. And then, again, for a lot of us, it wasn't just the last season, but it was the end of our school, kind of just right then and there. Our last day of school actually was Friday the 13th. It was March. So a lot of us were seniors. So we had to deal with not only losing the season, but losing all of our senior festivities and the rest of our school year. So that was a hard pill to swallow. But we did it, I guess. We're here now.
One thing that COVID may have took away your senior year, but COVID never will take away all the fun we had those years before.
Absolutely.
I mean, it was some of the most fun things I ever done in my life. It was so much fun. Every day, it was just like, I know we've talked about it before, I'm keeping it. Every day was like, couldn't wait to get to practice. And it was so much fun. I mean, we laughed and cut up and we worked hard. I mean, that was the key part. Y'all still worked hard. You're very talented, of course, but I mean,
And even when we were on the field, most of the time, we were going after practice, have dinner together, or
Yep.
to go get a milkshake at Sheets, or we were going to travel practice together.
Yep.
What you getting?
We had a couple trips. Went to Giovanni's.
Yep.
Went to eat at Giovanni's a
We
couple
went to the
times.
mall, we went to States.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what?
You in the bumper cars, I saw that picture, Jerry.
Oh yeah.
He looks so big, he made the bumper car look tiny.
I do remember one time in practice, I don't know which year it was, I can't remember. But, man, it was cold. It was, February, whatever, but it was cold. The wind was blowing. We were at Waverly Yale still. So it had to be, 17 or 18. And it was cold. It's like, I'm thinking in my mind, we went inside today. So I was always 5 o'clock before I got there for the work and stuff. So it's like in my mind, I said, all right, we'll just go inside. Well, I get there, all the girls are on the field. Hoodies on, coats on, gloves, they're already throwing. I was like, well, I guess we're practicing outside today. So we stayed out. I never told them that. It's like, went down because I didn't practice. I didn't like gym practice. So I didn't want to be in the gym. You didn't get as near as much out of the gym as you did being on that field. But it was cold. It was like super cold, bitter cold. We didn't do any hitting that day because of the bats and stuff like that. But we did work out on the field. We did our infield, outfield drills and stuff like that. But some small hitting stuff with little bats or something. But that was the coldest day. I think South was the time down when we played that scrimmage that night. But,
Yeah.
That was cold and Waverly, but they were out there. It was like, hey, they listened, so they were already there. Didn't matter how cold it was, we were gonna be there, so they were there. So.
I also remember the times that it would flood the field, and there'd be at least 3 or 4 inches of rain on the field, and y'all were out there putting anything and everything you could put on there.
Pieces of plastic, anything we could find. And we had a lot of people, a lot of parents. That's another thing too. Such a great group of parents to work with. I mean, they're all so supportive. I mean, I knew most of them anyway, but it was just unreal of the support we have from our parents. I know we hear horror stories nowadays of different things happening with parents in sport, high school sports, but we did not have that whatsoever. One other thing, Jesse was big into the intimidation factor. I'm not going to talk about it. The throwing the ball,
Oh
See.
my God.
See,
and they had, and it actually worked. We would go to places, so we'd have all the girls 1-to-1 throw the ball before the game.
I can't forget that I had the yips, and that made it really hard.
At first, you ever
I
came
had the yips at the
You
beginning of that. Oh my gosh.
But they would line them up in 2 rows and throw the ball back and forth to each other, in sync, all throw at the same time, and they would pop those mitts. And other teams, we would go there, they would like turn around.
oh, they
How
stop in
strong
their
were they?
tracks.
They would stop what they were doing. I'm like,
You should have seen the regimen we had to work to get down.
I mean, we even did that in the States, and I remember some of the baseball teams.
Baseball players.
They were like, how'd y'all get them to do that?
At first, we'd have to count down to 3. 1,
Uh-huh.
2, 3. And then we'd have
I
to
think
throw every
sometimes we
time.
made it to 5 and it still didn't work. We were trying to get it down right.
That, and then I remember all the bus rides, and I remember we ride with the boys, and sometimes they wouldn't win, and we won a lot of times. And y'all had Sophie's boombox.
Yeah.
That should be in the Madison County Hall of Fame. That boombox,
In the trophy case,
and they would blast,
It carried us through.
and they would blast the music. I don't know,
singing and singing.
Sing along with it.
Such
No,
as like
what-
all we do is win.
Yeah, I remember one time they had one inappropriate song.
Only one.
Well, the windows to the walls. And I remember Jesse getting up and stopping. Cut that off back there. Y'all remember that? And then one time we rode with the JV boys,
Oh, Lord.
and they got crushed. And they were so upset. They were really mad because we had the music. I mean, blast.
They said they were so loud. I said, please, can you stop them? I said, no, I can't stop. That's not going to happen. I said, I can't stop them.
It was really, it was a lively group. And I think they were having fun. And that's why they wanted to come to practice every day. They wanted to go to the games. It helps, but having fun makes a huge difference. Anything else, Sophie? You haven't said a whole lot. You got it.
I'm listening. I'm just taking it all in.
So, Sophie now is, what are you doing this year?
I'm helping
On
the softball team.
your boys' softball team. So,
Yeah.
anything that you,
With Logan.
with Logan, that's
Yep.
right. And we miss Logan not being here tonight. And Morgan, Meadow, so many
Bailey
different,
Smith.
Bailey,
McDaniel.
Lindsay,
Carrington.
Carrington,
Yeah.
Caitlin.
Okay.
Caitlin, so many different more, I'm sure. Summer, Amy,
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Somebody
Drew.
Drew.
You're there.
There's so many people we're missing tonight, and I wish they could be here. We have to do something again soon. Next year will be 10 years.
That's crazy.
10 years.
Let's have a party.
We're gonna have a 10-year party. We'll do that.
You're gonna host?
Do something. But what do you take? Anything you can take from that? Your playing career at Madison, you can take into coaching this year.
Probably just my love for the game, especially the feelings that I have looking back on playing with Madison and all my friends. Like, it was such a good feeling and such good memories. I would love for people to feel the exact same thing I did.
Drew's
Stepping on
outfield
the field.
drills.
Yeah, getting pizzas.
It really is going to be really for me. So I work here. I'll be at that field every day. But personally, seeing you and Logan out there, that's a really proud moment for myself. Seeing you guys out there coaching. I may have a small part in it, but that's a really cool thing to do that, to come back and give to the community. And you have a lot of stories you can tell.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And one thing too, I think was a big part, and Jerry mentioned a little bit, was all the parents. I mean, your hard work as parents, with travel softball, pitching lessons, catching lessons, fielding lessons, everything that you guys did made our job easier on the field and stuff like that. We
Really
just had
easy.
to take the talent we had and put them in the right positions. Not everybody agreed with it, but we did what we thought was right at the time and stuff like that to make those decisions. But you guys did most of the work, to be honest with you, with all your travel.
We just had to sit back and fill out the lineup card and sit back and enjoy the show.
Yeah, so I want to say thanks to all the parents and all the parents in the future for the same thing. We start the kids young, keep them playing, keep them moving. Things like that will make Madison softball, all Madison sports, better in the future to go. One thing I can say is, a word of advice to all coaches. It doesn't matter what sport you coach. Boys and girls, or young ladies, young men, are different. You got to know how to coach. It took me a while to learn that. I didn't learn it from the start. So, but it's two different traits between young men and young women. Boys, young men have to, win to feel good. Ladies are different. They need to feel good to win. So you got to make those practices fun, and you got to make things. You got to drill and do practices the way you should do it, but you got to let them have fun at the same time. I was strict. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't like, you go do what you want to do, nothing like that. We had our drills, we had our routine, but bad weather. We've been practicing half the year, 3/4 year. All right, we'll go to the gym for an hour. Let's go to Giovanni's and eat. Let them play. I didn't allow cell phones or anything on the bus. Like, get to know each other as a team, bond. Play the boombox, sing together, be loud. That's what they did.
Yeah.
The boys didn't like it. The coach didn't like none of them. Like, they was sitting there, nobody was saying a word. You could hear yourself almost think. Some nights on the rides back home, which was great, and we loved it. Like, both Jerry and I, and even when Jimmy was coaching, like, hey, let them have fun. That's what it's about. Everybody's putting in a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of sweat, stuff like that. Let them have fun. Let's just enjoy the moments at the time. We want to win every game, and we lose. After every game, I had a meeting on the hill before we started practice. What did we do good? What can we improve on? What did we do bad? Let's talk about the game. To my knowledge, I don't remember now. I'm getting older, but I never kind of punished. We lost. It's like, we're not running heels. What good is that going to do a team? Let's practice. Let's do the drills. Do something to make it better for the next game. And I think any coach, if you can take a word from advice, do those things. Let's make the game better. I don't care if you're coaching boys, girls, whatever. How do we get better? How do we win the state championship? What can we do to make that happen?
Our girls are super smart too. They knew the game. You really didn't have to teach them. They knew the game, what to do.
We got good grades in school too.
I mean, seriously. You had kids, like, I can remember a big part of us winning the state in 2017 was the senior leadership with Carrington and Carroll. They were huge. I can remember the fastest I ever seen Kara move in my life is when she caught that final light for the state championship. I'm gonna tell you one thing, she come daggone close to running through that fence to catch that ball. She never moved that fast.
I have not. I still haven't since, I can assure you.
But and Kate was a senior year too?
Yeah.
She was a year? I thought she was a year after.
No, it was me, Caitlin, and yeah.
So those three, that was great leadership with Kate Ryder and Kara and Carrington. And then they carried us, they showed the way there at the end of the season. But yeah. Is there anything else somebody wants to add?
I just wanted to add that the 2017 season, a little freshman came in thinking we were just going to have fun, and I was like, no, we're not. We're winning. We have been playing this game too long.
I think that we all kind of knew, like, yeah, we're good and we're gonna win. But like, I think even after we won the state championship, like riding home, we were like, oh my gosh, did we just win it? Like, this is real.
When you come in, when we pulled in that high school lotto, you knew then. That was incredible. I could talk about that forever.
I think we all just had like a sense of pride too, that like Madison softball just didn't lose, like it wasn't an option. And everybody just knew that brought that to every game.
And I think a lot of team games were over before it started because the teams knew
The state championship game was.
who they were going to
They were talking in the bathroom the day before about how, oh, well, we gotta play Madison, we're done.
And I'll say that I felt like we were a little bit cocky in a sense, in a good way. That when we approached a team and went onto that field, we were like, yeah, we're gonna win this, and we're gonna have fun doing it. So we were a little bit cocky in that sense.
Confident.
Confident is the word, not cocky. A little bit of cockiness is alright, but not a lot. You can be very confident in your abilities and have a little bit of cockiness. I'm a firm believer in that. Just as long as we don't go too far with it. But I think that helped us a lot too. We were very confident in our skills and confident in each other. Playing travel ball again helped with that. We knew each other. I knew if Logan's pitches, if it went a certain way, the ball was probably going to come my way, or it was going to go this way. We knew each other, so that helped a lot. We knew each other's moves. We knew how we were going to respond to things, and I think that benefited us a lot.
Yeah. And how can you lose if you have Stone Cold Steve Austin riding the bus with you and wearing straw hats on top of that? With the Knicks, can't lose.
Where did
man.
straw hats come from anyway? Whose idea was
Because we
that?
liked Jerry's straw hat.
Yeah.
You know how
Oh,
he
straw hat.
Summer bought them for us.
MWP
MWP.
gave us the straw hats. Yeah.
And we had those shirts with Bailey's like quote on the back.
Yeah.
What was her back and
Yeah, from her scrimmage play thing.
I wear that shirt and my kids go, you're not going to wear that in public. Wear it back and smack it. And then we had the bucket hats.
Yeah.
Those
That
were
was our job.
bucket
Yeah,
hats.
it was.
The bucket
Yeah.
hats, yeah.
That was fun. We had a lot of fun in the hotel room. I remember Coach Allen told us, "Oh, your bed, good night's rest before the state game."
yeah.
We were like, "Yeah, sure." Yeah, we had a lot of fun in those hotel rooms. You guys don't know all about what happened, but we had some fun.
I remember being up at like 3 a.m. Yeah. We were like, we really need to go to bed.
I remember laying the
I
floor
think part
on
of
the
the best
bed.
part was the baseball guys lost. They
Yeah.
all got their rooms,
Yeah.
and so then we were really
Instead of
having
going
fun.
from quarter room to tutor room now, we all had our own beds.
Sophie mentioned how y'all sat the snacks outside y'all's room
Right.
and we stole them. And then we were like pointing on different directions like Abby definitely stole it.
And then
Definitely
he
stole
comes to
it.
our door and he says, 2 little birdies said that you guys have the food, you need to return it. We were like, we don't have the food, it's them!
Yeah, but riding that bus that next morning to the field, I just knew we were going to win. I had no doubt in my mind we were going to win. We were so focused, so focused. Good times, good times. Anybody else want to add anything? How long have we been doing, Chuck?
47 and a half minutes.
That's a good one. Anybody else want to add anything?
I will say the thing I took the most out of playing for the state championship was the fact that I got to do it with my sister
That's cool.
and a bunch of people that I played with since I was a little kid. And I think that really just made it a lot more real and just a lot better that we won the championship that year.
That's a good point you brought up because I think this day and time, people want to transfer to go to these different schools and everything, but there's a lot to be said to be playing with your classmates. A lot of you guys went to kindergarten together, and to go all the way up through their years, and it's like your sisters, your family, you playing with, and that's something that, like I said, nobody ever, those memories nobody can ever take away from you. Nobody else? Abby, Kara, never lost for words.
No, I'm just grateful for our parents. I don't think we went to any games without our parents with us.
Yep.
I mean, I don't remember anybody going and, not having a parent or a dedicated parent if mom and dad really couldn't be there, but I am very grateful. Now that I'm a parent, I see what our parents gave
Yep.
to do that for us.
And the fans, like
Yeah,
the fans were incredible for all Madison sports, not just softball, but
Yeah, we would all go into the playoffs. We would have more fans than
the
other
home
teams.
teams,
We brought a lot of people there. That was pretty cool. Anything else, Sophie?
I just like what Kara said about the parents, because being coached by my dad and just having my mom's support all throughout all the travel softball tournaments, that's so many weekends. Looking back at it now, I'm grateful for the support.
A lot of time and money we put into the sport,
Yep.
especially for a lot of us that did travel. I credit a lot of my success as a player to Coach Al Travis Estes,
Yeah.
my batting coach, Mr. Hensley.
This
I'll give them all
yes.
credit, yeah. They made me the player I am,
Yep.
so.
I would piggyback off of what they're saying. Also, playing at the high school level and then playing at the college level. It's just something about playing with people that you have grown up with that are literally your sisters.
Yep.
It's just a different feeling, but also it shaped us to be the people that we are today.
Yep. Yep. I agree. Also, I'm going to bring up what you, glad you said that. Travis and Julie Smith also was a big help to us for a couple of years, helping us in practice and stuff.
Fundamentals.
Yes, very.
Big on the
Both
fundamentals.
excellent coaches. Okay.
Thank you for having us.
Thank y'all for coming. Like I
Thank
said,
y'all.
next year will be 10 years, believe it or not. We're going to throw down a party.
The podcast will
You
not
got
be
the group
invited.
Well, thank you everybody for coming out tonight. All the parents are here. Thank you all so much for coming here. And like I said, if we missed anybody tonight, it was not intentional. It was kind of thrown together at the last minute. All the girls, we really miss all you who couldn't be here tonight. Hopefully the ones that weren't here tonight, I can get them to come in sometimes also and talk to them another time. But yeah, it was. I was looking forward to this. It really was. Thank you all for coming out. Next, we'll have another podcast next month. We'll hopefully have the new softball and baseball coaches come out, and we'll have some players talk for the upcoming season. And go ahead and support the Mountaineers for spring sports. Start up soon. I'm try it start Monday. We're gonna make flashbacks Monday. Tries, cold.
No.
Yeah. So thank you all for tuning in. Like I said, like, share, spread the word out so we want to reach as many people as possible on this podcast. And thank you all for coming, and go Mountaineers.